Dorries caused more mental health deaths by blocking statutory inquiry, the hearing has been told. I'm going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline that Dorries caused more mental health deaths by blocking the statutory inquiry, the hearing has told. The mother of a young man who died was shaken to the core by WhatsApp messages sent by the health minister over Essex death. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. Normally I wouldn't give my initial thoughts, but I have read this, and this absolutely infuriates me. Of what I'm about to share in some of the first paragraphs here, guys. An attempt by Nadine Dorries to block a statutory inquiry into thousands of mental health deaths cost more lives, a bereaved mother has told the hearing. Melody Leffey campaigned for years for a public inquiry into the death of her 20-year-old son Matthew, and hundreds of other people failed by mental health care in Essex. And it finally began last week after a long battle with ministers, including Dorries, when she was a health minister in the last government. While delivering an impact statement in the 2012 death of her son to the Lampard inquiry in Chelmsford last Tuesday, Leffey said she had been shaken to the core to discover this month that Dorries had sent WhatsApp messages in 2020 describing how she was picking off families as part of an attempt to block their calls for a full public inquiry. So this person right here, who we already know was a bit crazy, a bit nuts. This person was trying to stop a public inquiry into something as serious as mental health. And this, I don't like to get a bit personal, but this one really does trigger some real anger in me, because as someone myself who has suffered from mental health, as for those who have followed me on my channel, to know that somebody in government was deliberately and intentionally, according to this mother, trying to stop people getting the justice they need because they lost loved ones because of their mental health and what they have going through. This was a health minister. She was put in charge of health. I'm absolutely infuriated by this. I just cannot tell you how much I hate this woman, if it is to be true, for someone to even go this lengths on something that is incredibly sensitive to many people, to try and stop people who are struggling, some people who go through things that she has no idea what it is like. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a vulgar, evil woman, if this is to be true, guys. Really, really. How can somebody like that get put as a minister, let alone even as an MP? And I guess it just comes back to this same thing, guys, is that you just don't know what someone is like until you see them with some power, until you see their real colours, until you see what kind of person they really, really are. And it is sickening that she tried to stop this inquiry. Absolutely disgusting. In the messages that were shown to the inquiry last week after being reported in the Daily Telegraph, Dorries told the then Health Secretary Matt Hancock, "We're not going there in relation to such calls." Referring to Letchley, Dorries says, "I'm picking off the other families and speaking to them one by one to get them on side to isolate her." Wow. An independent inquiry was set up in 2021 that when many potential witnesses ignored requests to cooperate. It was put on a statutory footing in 2023, and last week the new chair, Kate Lampard, said it would examine significantly in excesses of 20,000 mental health deaths between 2000 and 2023. And she said, "It sickens me to think an elected politician would turn grieving families against each other. This has only served to raise even more serious concerns, but this time it's about my own government's transparency. This felt like nothing less than a full frontal stab in the heart." Actually, who will deliver another impact statement on Wednesday. It will be out by the time you guys hear this. About the subsequent death of a partner, added, "It devastates me every time I think of the additional lives which have been lost, my late partner being one of them, and other patients who have been harmed in the 3 years of delay in which Dorries' decision to grant only an independent inquiry will have caused." She said the last 8 days of her son's life under the care of mental health service now run by Essex Partnership University NHS Trust were hell on earth. Then she said he was alone, malnourished, over-medicated, scared, bleeding, bruised, raped, ejected multiple times, ignored, and frightened. The jury at the inquest found that there were multiple failings and missed opportunities in his care, she told the inquiry. And she said, "I hope this death will have a positive impact on the world." And his death, sorry. And that it will be afforded the truth of how and why he died while he was meant to be safe. And I hope justice and accountability are afforded and necessary changes is made for others who, like I, look to services when they need safe, compassionate care for their loved ones. In a statement last week, Dorries said, "I fought for that inquiry to be put in place. I'm proud of my record of achievement as Health Minister. I spoke to all parents individually with accordance with their own wishes." Who do you believe? A health minister that has known to lie, mislead others, has made categorical false statements, or a mother who lost her son? I think I know I think I know who I'm more likely to believe, guys. For those who don't know, this is from the Lampard inquiry. I will put a link in the description for the YouTube channel if you want to watch the inquiries themselves. Like I said, when I originally cast out a video last week about when this inquiry started, that if you want to keep up with it, that you can simply Google the Lampard inquiry, and you can look at all the information on there as well. But the thing is that I knew that there were systematic failures within the National Healthcare Service. But what really angers me is that there was an attempt by the Health Minister to try and stop an inquiry, allegedly, to try and cover up or to try and turn families against one another. That, if true, is really sickening. A really sick, disgusting individual if it is found to be true. And I have to stress, if found to be true. Because while I'm more inclined to agree with the mother, given what Dorries has said and given her history as Health Minister, I also have to give Nadine Dorries a chance to speak her side of it, which she has said in her statement. But I'm very, very hard time believing her. But maybe some of you who are listening to this, maybe some of you actually think she has a point. But what do you guys think? Have any of you been keeping up with the Lampard inquiry? What are your thoughts on it so far? What do you make of the mother in this piece here, who accuses Nadine Dorries of trying to turn others against her, to try and isolate her? And her, like so many others who have suffered losses of loved ones as a result of failure by the National Healthcare Service. And the possibility of Nadine Dorries stopping this inquiry. Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button, we greatly appreciate it, and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for just 99p, or you can join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.